audio spot. Just while we're being obnoxious. Hi. I am here. I am Michelle. I am not Michelle. I am a shell. My name is Liz. I am hollow. I am tired. I've been coughing a lot, so I'm just exhausted. Rest. You know, it's funny. Last week for our... Hi. Welcome in. I'm insane. I'm Liz. This is our manifestation oracle reading for the week. In case you don't know me, I like to do an opening monologue here where I just wax rhapsodic about whatever. And so I wanted to say that, yeah, I've had a couple of sick days and I haven't been able to go into work. But I've been popping on here to make our daily video. Oh, and I did reshare our look ahead at February for 2023. I filmed it a couple of weeks ago. I need to hop back into the 2023 predictions and finish them out, but I've been sick, so I haven't really felt very good. So I've just been doing quiet, like writing things and making our video at night. And I reshared the February predictions, so go take a look at those. But yeah, so last week, our manifestation oracle reading had mentioned that we needed rest. And I remembered going ahead and pulling a fifth card because we usually do 4. And it was protection. And I thought about that today because I was really nervous to take a third day off. And I mean, it's not like that's going to be the day that's like, it's like decides my fate or anything. It's just, you know, shadow work around control and trust and security and abundance and scarcity mindedness. And so it was a big, sort of show of faith today because I spoke with my manager, they touched base and just wanted to check in. And I was like, you know, I have the physical ability to go in today, the physicality to work, but like, I don't think that I should. And he was like, yeah, I just want you to rest if you can. And I'm like, yes, I totally can. And it was so wonderful. It was like another answered prayer. I felt really just like cared about and taken care of, but also I felt like the universe was also taking care of me because I felt in that moment really secure to make a decision based on the greater good, to make sure that, you know, nobody else would be, you know, put in harm's way, trusting that I would be fine and everything will be fine. And sure enough, I think about last week's reading and I'm like, everything is going to be fine. Like, I know I'm okay. Universe, you know, God, you know exactly how much money I've always needed and you've never not like delivered more than enough. So you're not going to stop now. This isn't going to be like the cold that led to like homelessness. And so sure enough, I check my IG account because I was like making show flyers and I was sharing the February video, the workshop. And I was like, oh, I do need to check my DMs because that's how people reach out to me for readings. And you guys, I was just assured immediately that everything was going to be fine because somebody reached out and they said that they would like for me to be their sugar baby and they were prepared to give me $5,000 a week. So there you go, people. I've got a 6-figure income in my future if I need it. Oh my God. I just thought that was such a funny little thing from the universe. But we're here. We're protected and we've been told to rest. And so I have been resting and I have been feeling good about it with certainty, knowing that the Creator has my back and that everything is all taken care of. So let us tune in and see what we need to know for this week so that we can just surrender into the process wherever the Creator has us this week and trust that we're exactly where we're supposed to be. Oh my goodness. Positive energy. Surround yourself with positive people and situations. Avoid negativity. This is very, very true. In my own personal reading for myself this week, I was told to, sorry about the cough drop. I know that it's really annoying to hear me like clicking it around in my mouth and like making mouth sounds, but I can't stop coughing. So it's just like we have to deal with it. It's better than my whooping cough. I think what is that, crib cough? I have crib cough. Okay. Surround yourself with positive people, positive situations, and avoid negativity. So I was warned at the beginning of the week not to let my imagination catastrophize and not to entertain nightmares in my mind. And so I could have, if I had been less along in my process, less aware, less healed, I would have been really nervous about taking time off to be sick. But I'm surrounded by positive energy. I've been surrounding myself with positive people. I have been leaning on, my faith in the Creator, because really we've been learning in Kabbalah. I've been learning in Kabbalah, for the past couple of years, that whatever is in front of me that I think is providing me with anything, whether that be money or security or love or affection or entertainment or joy, any kind of fulfillment that I'm getting, it's really the light. And the light is providing me that fulfillment or whatever I need in that moment to help me along in my process, to provide for me, to give me what I need. And it's just doing that in the form of these vessels, right? And the vessel, it comes and goes and it changes shape every time, but it's really just the light, right? Presenting itself to me however I need it. So this week I needed rest, but I needed to be in a position where I was under pressure to see that, oh my gosh, like the progress that has been made, to witness being in this amidst challenge and being able to have the opportunity to exercise certainty, right? To demonstrate the work that I've been putting in. And so that is what I mean when I'm telling you guys about tests come as opportunities for our up level and to embody what we've learned. And it's like when we keep passing through these little initiations, and they can get so subtle, they're going to get more and more subtle. It like sweetens the process from being the process of judgment to being a process of mercy instead. So that means instead of learning from our mistakes and chaos and things blowing up and learning through discomfort, we begin learning in ways that are much more merciful, that are much more positive learning experiences. So surround yourself with positive energy, expect good things to happen, focus on the outcomes that you want, and just know that the more negativity within yourself that you really truly purify, that you really truly turn away from and change your mindset, change your energy, transmute that, do the forgiveness work, do the shadow work, all that stuff. Every time you crack those negative shells away, you're revealing more of the light of your soul, which is the light that Source has given to you to be your own unique expression. And when you reveal that light, it surrounds you with protection, with guidance, with peace, with nurturing. So be positive, stay positive, choose certainty, and don't waver. Okay, what next? Oh my goodness, I've been a little bitty baby. Okay, mother healing. As your feelings towards your mother heal, your desires manifest more rapidly and accurately. So the mother is an archetype of the feminine in our life. And we have to heal that feminine energy in order to open ourselves up as the vessel. The vessel is the feminine, right? And we need to be an open and strong and secure vessel in order to receive the light. So our relationship with our mother, if that's blocked or unhealthy, or if there's dis-ease and disharmony there, it's going to cause disharmony in our capacity to be a vessel and receive. Because on an emotional level and on a subconscious level in our gut, we hold guilt, we hold shame. And so when we have upset mother, we have guilt and we have shame. And maybe, mother to a varying degree projected guilt and shame onto you. Maybe she didn't. But everyone in their life, in relationship to their mother, takes on guilt and shame as part of that mother wound, because it activates a process in us to really dig deep through lifetimes of shame. Shame is an archetype. Shame is an idea. Guilt as an idea. And be healed of the whole thing. Overcome the whole demon. It's not just our little portion. We're transcending the demon of guilt and shame to where we will no longer wear that shroud to carry that yoke. We are liberated from it. And so part of that is being able to take a look at our own guilt and shame, heal those mother wounds, take our mother off the pedestal of living up to this mystic level of archetypal mother that she could never live up to. And in turn, you take yourself off the pedestal of the child you could never ever be and live up to, because you've been, the mother has this mythic level of role playing for you. So do we as children have this mythic level of role that we're playing to our parents that we can never fill this role or satisfy for them, right? So eventually we have to separate from our parents and claim our own, identity. And that means that we have to be self-nurturing, self-soothing, self-validating. We can't look to our parents to validate us. We can't look to our parents to give us permission, because we can't look to our parents for permission, because then our parents could control us and we're not being independent, interdependent adults, right? And then we have bitterness and we have tension and we have, all this codependency and enmeshment. So we need to learn to find our sense of divine parent in source. Source has both a divine masculine aspect and a divine feminine aspect. And so we connect with the divine feminine aspect of source through Shishina, through Holy Spirit, through Sophia, through wisdom, through those divine feminine expressions of the Holy Mother. And so mother healing, you get to the bottom of that. You get to the bottom of the subconscious beliefs and patterns that were implanted in you because of that mother wound. And you work out these karmic contracts together to help each other progress your soul, to help expose your strengths and weaknesses to one another. So accepting that each of you has played your role that you were assigned, including all the discomfort, including all of the unpleasantness and all of that, when you can accept it, you can really forgive it all and appreciate all of it and forgive and just love. And so when you do that, it's you're not resisting receiving anymore, because you're not resisting the feminine. You're not holding grudge against the feminine. You're not pushing the feminine away. You're not having distrust against the feminine. So your relationship to receiving has changed, but also your relationship to creating and nurturing and giving has changed. You feel free and you feel able and safe and secure to trust that you can do both in a safe way by honoring your boundaries and your own uniqueness and your own truth, but also safe enough to open yourself to receive without strings attached, without shame. And so when you heal that shame and guilt, when you hold all of that in your gut, and I think we talked about that. When were we talking? Oh, I was writing in my straightforward oracle deck. I was writing one of the cards today, and it's we hold in our gut, or our sacral chakra, our guilt and our fear and our shame. And so when all of that toxicity is held there, it throws that chakra, our gut, out of balance. And so instead of having clear instincts and clear insight and intuition and prophecy, we're instead driven, instead of being guided by our gut and our connection to a higher guidance within us, we're driven by our lust and our craving, right? So instead of going after what's healthy and what we need to nurture ourselves and being able to discern, to be able to trust our gut, first we have to heal our gut so that we're not being driven by out of balance desires or the shadow side of desire or lust, right? Or gluttony, overdoing it, overindulging, being out of balance. And this also opens us up not only to have more clarity with our intuition and discernment, but we have, that's also our center where we connect to the dream world, the dream state, and our psychic visions. And so our dreams will be clearer, and we will be more open to having truthful dreams that have prophetic value, instead of it just being like regurgitating to you how you feel about any given day. All right. Wow, mother healing, positive energy. You might have noticed that your relationship with your mother has already been improving lately, which is great. And so maybe you want to just stay on that direction. And when your ego pops in to tempt you to go into those old patterns with mother wound, like, resist. Keep thinking about progressing a more and more healthy and loving and enjoyable relationship with your mother. One that is just as relaxed as it can be. And, try just not to let your mother, if your mother is the one that is antagonizing you, and she probably doesn't mean to, she probably just wants the best for you, and she's very passionate about it. You'll love it. But just don't let her get under your skin so much. Just, that's nice. I'll take that under consideration. Okay, great. And then move on with your day. Don't let your mother's expectations and your mother's opinions about you have such weight over you. Don't let it have so much control. You're your own person, right? She has her own reasons why she's projecting those things onto you. So don't let other people's unresolved trauma and unconsciousness affect who you are, right? They may not even be aware of what drives their motives and desires. So, it's don't let people tell you who to be. It's up to you to have your own personal relationship with the Creator and let the Creator guide you and direct you. Soulmate relationship. Wow. Just wow. I really think that this turbulence recently has just been preparing us and helping us get truly super clear on who we are at our core, so that we're fine-tuned our radio dial to just the right station, so that the universe can open us up and match us to someone who truly resonates. A lot of people are talking about this year being a year that it is very important for light workers to come together with their soulmates, because we need support, we need backup, we need people who are at our level that we can bounce ideas off of and not just talk to about things, talk at about things, And so we need people to support us. We need people to have our backs. You can only get so far in your evolution and growth without someone antagonizing you and supporting you and uplifting you. There's so many things that a partner does for you, right? They hold up a mirror, they challenge you, but they also support you, they nurture you, they give you, a sounding board, they add joy into your life. And so what we've been doing is learning how to be interdependent. We've been learning how to validate ourselves and put ourselves first and know who we are at our core, so that we don't lose ourselves to outer energetic influences coming in, just for the sake of trying to be a good partner but overgiving. Last night, in last night's video, I started to talk about the 2 types of cocoon healing, and I got like lost in thought and forgot and what I was going to say until later. And I went back and wrote it down in my journal. So go back and watch yesterday's video. And I was talking about how we all have cocoon healing, and that is the soul's correction in this lifetime to heal our layers of negativity, our patterns, all of that stuff is like our big workbook for this life. It's like our assignments. Everyone is divided into one of 2 categories of the overall root type of cocoon healing you are dealing with. The left column cocoon healing people have a cocoon of judgment, and they have a tendency of being like, when left to their own devices, it is much more comfortable for them to put themselves first, to be self-serving, to be kind of selfish, to receive for the self alone. Their ego is comfortable, like, move out of the way, let me through kind of people. They're usually the avoidant people. They're usually more on the spectrum of narcissism. Not every time, but if you're a narcissist or a sociopath, you're definitely on that left-hand column cocoon. Now, the right-hand column cocoon is the cocoon of mercy. These are the people who are too merciful. They're too kind. They're overgivers, right? They are people-pleasing. They are enmeshed. They are empaths. They are too kind, and they put themselves last, and they usually have the kind of ego that tells them that they're less than or they're unworthy. And so both of these 2 sides of the coin, their job in life is to try to bring balance to that and find a center ground. Because we need to be the people that overgive. It's in their comfort zone to want to make things nice, to want to mediate, right? These are the Libras of the world, the Cancers, so many of the other signs. And I'm a Libra rising, Cancer moon. Thank God I've got an Aries sun. It gives me a little bit of a sense of self. But it's about looking at yourself honestly and seeing, okay, at a resting rate, when left to my own devices, what is my default setting? Do I try to help everybody else? Do I try to make the situation nice for everyone else and put myself last to my own detriment to a point where I've abandoned myself? Okay, then when I go forward in this life and I'm presented with challenges, many times if I'm confused about what to do, cocoon healing always asks you to look to see what is not as easy for you. What is less convenient? What puts you under the heat, under the pressure? So for someone who's people-pleasing, confrontation and demanding your worth and not settling or asking for your needs or communicating your needs at all is horrifying. Telling someone that they hurt your feelings, oh my God, you're going to be abandoned. You might be. People usually get really upset when they've hurt you. But the thing is, the people that are on the side of mercy, to being too merciful, they have to learn to be comfortable in discomfort and let someone else be uncomfortable. That's very difficult for a person who's dealing with that side of the spectrum, especially when they're dealing with a judgment person who's going to be gaslighting them about it. These people are often paired up to do the work together. It doesn't mean that you need to be in an abusive relationship with this person. You can learn your lesson, merciful person, faster by saying, okay, nice meeting you. I can set a boundary now. Thank you, bye. Right? This person over here needs to learn by actually putting their needs aside and thinking about others and being more sharing and caring and making it less about them and being better listeners. One movie, oh my God, the movie Persuasion is, it's on Netflix. It's come out recently. It's based on a Jane Austen novel, Persuasion. And they have the best representation of narcissists who start using pop psychology to justify themselves. And they're starting to project on everyone else that everyone else is a narcissist, and oh my God, how they've survived such a horror dealing with it all. So that character is perfectly portrayed in that movie. Go watch it. So yes, soulmate relationships. So we go through different levels of relationships. A soulmate is not just one person that's like out there for you. We have many soulmates, and they play different roles in our lives. A soulmate level relationship is what we're talking about. Like in Kabbalah, there's like beginner level relationships where it's just like dating for fun. And then there's like practice relationships where you're kind of working your shit out and it's getting a bit deeper. And then there's like soulmate relationship, or like the practice relationship. Oh yeah. And then there's cocoon relationships where you're doing like, those are like usually the really painful relationships where you're like big mirrors for each other in that whole conflicting way where it's uncomfortable, and you're learning like how to have a relationship. You're learning like the core principles of relationship in those relationships. Then you can get up to the level of soulmate relationship. Once you've learned how to have relationship, you've cleaned up your side of the street to some point, some degree, where you see the value of growing with a partner, and the value of the relationship is to grow together and evolve. Then you've held certain key points in your cocoon process that you may not have been under enough pressure to look at had you not been deprived of the comfort of having a soulmate level relationship, right? So once you've hit your certain key points and done the work, then you can start having soulmate level relationship. And this is the kind of relationship, what we're talking about this year, of people whose union has so much positivity in it that it overflows and actually has a positive effect on the people around them, on their community, and on the world at large. This is the kind of relationship that serves a greater purpose than just being together and being happy and comfortable and having someone to Netflix and chill with. This is something that serves a greater purpose for the greater good of all. So we are swimming in the waters right now of having this level of an opportunity in our life, but we are up leveling to meet that, right? Part of that is doing the mother healing, because we have to heal our self-worth and surround ourselves and anchor ourselves in positive energy and mindset in order to really value and to really solidify who we're becoming enough to actually sustain a relationship like this. We've been preparing the vessel, right? With our strength, with our depth of self-worth, with our strength and our trust and faith in the Creator and our certainty, right? And so have you ever been in a relationship where you're insecure and you're uncertain and you have low self-worth? It's a very tumultuous relationship with a lot of turbulence, and they don't last. The vessel isn't strong enough to contain it, right? We build this vessel. We build certainty in the light. It gives us a strong, stable, solid peace and security within ourselves. That it doesn't matter if the partner is right or wrong or comes and goes. If Creator decides to take them out of our life, so be it. So we're not insecure. We're not neurotic. We're not reaching. We're not needy. We have the Creator. We're fulfilled in the Creator. The partner is a bonus, but we can live with or without. We will survive with or without. We can be joyous and happy and fulfilled with or without, right? That is what holds the vessel. That is what keeps the vessel strong, because our light and our fulfillment is in the Creator. And we see that the light and the fulfillment that we see in that partner is the Creator emanating through a vessel. The united vessel, the shared collective vessel between you is the vessel of the relationship. And that vessel will be as strong as each two individual vessels are. So that's why we've been doing the work, so that we can get solid within ourselves to tune into that dial and be there long enough and sustain that that frequency, that signal, so that we can be connected with someone who also shares that native signal and who matches us and who's comfortable in our same vibe. We're both there. It's like our native natural vibe. And so it's easy to maintain resonance while we meet life together and we come through challenges, and hopefully we stay eye to eye, right? And we maintain resonance because we're growing together. We're keeping that strength. We're keeping that resonance and that vibration. But it takes self-awareness, practice, right? That's why relationships don't last anymore. Because in the past, people just stuck it out and they were bitter and unhappy. But now in the future, people aren't feeling too compelled to do that anymore. They're just like, I mean, you know, it's divorce, like, it sucks, but, you know, everybody has one. It's like, oh, you know, trade the old model out and just get a new one and start over. But what we don't realize is that the problem's still waiting there, because we are still in the we're going to be in the same relationship, because we're going to be in the relationship. Until we change, the relationships that we get are just going to be the same one over and over again. Once the honeymoon's over, you're going to have the same partner, same problem. So don't trade in the old one before you actually do the work on yourself, because as you do the work on yourself, your relationship can up level, and then your partner can actually up level with you spontaneously if they're open to, if their soul is open to it, right? If they're completely shut off and they're not willing to grow, then they will leave your life and you will be open to healing and finding a new soulmate partner. So wherever you find yourself on the journey right now, romantically speaking, soulmate relationships are in the works. There's a lot of potential for them to happen right now. And I feel like January, there was never going to be any forward movement there. But I feel like February and March are like setting us up. There's so much energy starting to like simmer and boil. And this card keeps coming up. So if you are crossing paths with suitors who are enticing, but you know on some level that they're a definite no, do not waste your time. It's a test to see if you're going to settle or if you're going to keep that space filled because you don't trust that something else will come. And you're not strong enough to stand on your own 2 feet in the void of discomfort, waiting on the right thing, okay? So if you're just wanting to go out and date and have fun, then go do that. But if you're wanting the soulmate and you're entertaining suitors, keep entertaining them. Keep your options coming. But when you know that it's a no and you know it, you, like really, really know it, you can't stick around, because that means that you know that it's a test and you're purposefully not passing it. Okay, now what else did we get? Oh my God, worthiness. The whole conversation that we just had about the vessel. Know that you deserve to receive good in all ways. So this is true not only for relationships, this is true for your dreams and your goals, right? The vessel that you build is always about faith in the Creator and certainty in the light, and your worthiness of receiving that love. Your worthiness and knowing that you are that love, because you are just an expression of Creator's love. Everything that we are stardust, right? But the stardust, what was the stardust? It was Creator. It was the light. It was that spark of light that burst forth into the divine feminine sacred womb, the cosmic womb, right? So we are worthy. We are love. We are valuable. And so we will not receive our manifestation. We will not achieve our goal, or we might achieve our goal, but we won't maintain it unless we know on a deep subconscious level that we're worthy of having it and we're worthy of keeping it. And by knowing that we're worthy, and by building that vessel through discipline, through consistent effort, like you build the skills and the persistence and the determination and the endurance to maintain it and keep it going, right? It's like, for example, I remember one time somebody was talking about like the illusion of the fact that like going viral can just change anybody's life. And that can be true, but it's not a guarantee, because I can't remember which coach it was. I feel like it was Marie Forleo talking about it. But she was like, unless you have, like, are you ready to go viral? Are you set up to, like, make it do anything for you? Are you monetized? Like, if a million people suddenly caught one of your videos, do they have more to go back and watch? Like, do you have a bank of material for them ready? Are you consistent, showing up every day to that thing, providing, continuing to nurture it? Because those kinds of things, those little lightning strikes in a bottle, they're phenomenal. They're a phenom, and it's not a norm. And so you have to be ready to take that energy and apply it to what you're already doing. And you have to be able to back that up and maintain it and sustain it. And it may not maintain and sustain. You may need to know that it is just a brief moment and to do what you can with it, right? But it's just like about that preparedness for when timing and preparedness meet. That's when good luck and fortune happens. And that has been a big message going on for February, is that expansive good fortune energy of Jupiter. Yeah, so be ready. Prepare for something to take off, right? Prepare that vessel. And our last card is yes. Your intuition is correct. Take action accordingly. So yeah, we're learning to discern our gut instincts and our intuition. And probably during all of this stormy energy lately, you've probably been shown that your gut instincts about something were true all along, that you had a suspicion that you were kind of believing would play out, and it did. And so you're learning that you're not crazy or jumping to conclusions always, but you're learning how to trust your intuition, and it's becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. It's also helpful that we're becoming less and less reactive. We're learning how to slow down and pause and observe our life without immediately having to react to it. And so then we can choose to feel the situation out, ask why it's in my movie, what's the context of this message for me, and with my free will and with my consciousness and my wisdom and all of that, how do I want to move forward from here? Bearing in mind that I want to be a greater version of my higher self, to be a greater channel for the light of the Creator, right? I want to create a life that is authentic to me and an expression of the Creator's uniqueness through me. So, am I setting myself up to go in that direction? So yeah, we're learning to trust in that direction. And I am hitting a wall, and my reception is cutting in and out, and I am losing focus, you guys. So very exciting. Stay positive. Keep healing the mother wound. It is opening you up for so much blessing and abundance, setting us up for real soulmate relationships, and that this could be in business as well. This is not just about romance. It can be friends, these positive energies and people and influences. It's like you're being surrounded by soulmates who get you, who are going to help you, right? And you're healing those mother wounds, and you're feeling a deeper sense of self-worth and a deeper sense of security, right? And it's opening up more goodness. So yes, say yes to life. All right, y'all, I'm tired. I'm crazy. I'm gonna heat up some of my stew. I'm gonna just watch something cozy on TV, or not really TV, it's streaming. I'll probably find something on Netflix. All right, y'all. I'm going to be a sugar baby. No, actually, like this video and subscribe to my channel so I can monetize my YouTube channel and I can make more content for you guys, and I won't ever have to be a sugar baby. And it's free. All you have to do is like this video and subscribe to my channel and comment and save this in a playlist and share it with your friends and take every action you can everywhere you see me on the internet, always and forever. All right, you guys, I love you. And then there's some resources in the comment box below. If you would like to support me, you can donate. There is my PayPal account down below and my Venmo if you so choose. And yeah, that's it for today. Ciao.